So now it's time to turn it up, surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Let's go! Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up.
My head hurts, not feeling well today because my back ain't feeling okay. But I still got a freestyle for you, baby. Not Adam Cole, baby, but P&P, baby, with Dr. C, baby. It's okay, baby. My head hurts, it's not cool, it's not a quirk, it's not a perk. But it's okay because we here, baby, because we here on 549 and hey, Houseway. Can you stay here with the P&P? Let's cheer. Let's cheer, not boo, for the one, for the you, for the me, for the we, because we P&P, we the family, we were Dr. C, that's what we NC, from UNC to NC to NY to DK to DC, baby. Hey, we in OHIO, that's where I reside. Oh, yo, Michigan, oh no. What's up, hype bros? They're not there anymore, but I heard NXT show is for the people, for the marks, for people who love it, people who love it, people who cherish it, people who love it, the people who cherish it, love it. It's cherished. NXT, black and gold, white and gold, rainbow. I don't know, because I don't watch, but it's okay. It's not my cup of tea. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Yeah. Pushing through this one today. As you know, I have a terrible back. And, man, it was rough today. And I honest, but I still managed to work out and had to push through just like I do all the time with this crazy back of mine. Still got to get my workout in, man. So I did it. I was able to get it done, and an abbreviated version, but I still got some cardio in. Still did some small ab training, and yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I get in so much pain in my back that my head start hurting. I can't even think straight. It's horrible, man. Just horrible. Just horrible. But I'm here. And we're gonna do PNP just like we do every single week. I see the chats and the comment sections loading up here on PNP. I got some information I received about the state of AEW. It seems like every week I receive something exclusive, and I've got some sources, and they give me some really good stuff. So expect to have some exclusive stuff, some information I received from some sources. Expect to have that every week because I'm getting some good stuff in. So I received some information this past weekend. I was out of town on vacation and received some information. It's interesting because I received the information this past weekend, and I saw that Forbes covered it to a basically Forbes verified it with an article they were talking about with the quarter earnings and the upcoming ticket sales and how they're like really bad. So yeah, the source and the information I received was definitely confirmed by Forbes this recently, this within the past few days. So I will share that information, and until then, let's hop into these hashtag Ask Doc questions. What happened to my original guest? Ricky says, Extreme Rules. I'll talk about that. So I'll answer both of these questions together. So my original guess was supposed to be. So I didn't even know who he was. Like he appeared on AEW as an enhancement talent a couple of times, and I was actually asked to bring him on the show. And his Benish is his last name. Well, I think that's really his first name, but I think he goes by something Vanish. Let me see. I'll get you. Vanish. Vanish. His name is. Vanish. His name is Tamilian Vanish. That's his name. That is his name. What are some good series, some good documentaries to watch on Netflix? What y'all got? What y'all got for me? I do a lot of cardio a week. I do about 3 hours. Yeah, more than that actually. Typically about let me do the math. Yeah, about 3 hours. 3 hours at least typically. Yeah, actually more than 3 hours. About 3 hours and 20 minutes or so a week typically of cardio. And so I usually catch up on stuff then. I usually watch my documentaries at the gym while I'm doing cardio since I do so much a week. And so, yeah. So let me know what y'all I like, my I'm a psychology PhD. I also have a master's degree in theological studies. So I love theology stuff and apologetics, Christian theology, and just, apologetics. I'm actually getting my curriculum together because I got hired a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, over a year and a half ago to be a instructor. So I'm actually about to start that. So anything documentary with that, like cults or something like that, anything like that. Um, so forensic psychology is my PhD. I have a master's degree in criminal justice, behavioral sciences. So anything like documentary related, I actually all that stuff's for educational purposes. And so like um I rack all that up and actually helps my studies too, my continual studies. So I watched the whole Dahmer series. And I actually knew a lot about what I was looking at. I probably knew about 95 or 6% of what was going on with Dahmer, the Dahmer series. And so I was actually waiting for certain parts to come up. And uh so yeah, so you'll let me know. Um so yeah, it was Evan, what's his name? Evan, what's his name? Let's see here. Evan Peters, that's his name, Evan Peters. Yeah, he did a fantastic job. So yeah, you let me know. As far as what happened to my guest, he sent me a email at 10:33 and saying that he was still at work, he couldn't do it, and so he confirmed. I sent him all the information, and yeah, he was at work. Which I mean, I imagine you gotta make your money, man. Make your money. So if he's still at work, it didn't seem like that was, I imagine it wasn't intentional. You know what I mean? So it left me scattered, which I can't stand doing that. I can't stand just being left scattered, like that. It just bugs the snot out of me because now I literally only had 10 minutes to find another guest. And it was just stuff like that is just a headache, man. It's just an absolute headache. So I'm not a fan of doing stuff like that, but I had to end up calling my guy Greg Gagne, and he hopped on and to promote Power Town Wrestling. And I'm like, hey, man, he's been super helpful for me. And I'm like, hey, come on through, man. Promote your stuff. And so good stuff. Extreme Rules predictions. Let's see what we got. Extreme Rules. All right, let's see what we got. Brawling Brutes against Imperium, which is just good old fashioned Donnybrook match. They're still. It seems like they're trying to make the Brawling Brutes baby faces, but it's kind of working, but not really working. People just don't like. People just don't really care for Rich Holland. Sheamus as a baby face again. I think Imperium's going to win. Edge and Balor. I don't see Ed saying I quit. That's for sure. Unless they, doctor the mic up like The Rock did against Mick Foley. Bianca and Bailey. Bianca won that. She won at a WrestleMania, didn't she? Good for her. She's had the belt for 6 months. Good for her. She had it longer than her first run. Keep it on Belair. Belair should be an absolute star. She should have a very long title reign. She is without a doubt the best, most convincing looking, star powered women's wrestler other than Jade Cargill, as far as like someone who looks like a star, Bianca. Jade Cargill, I mean, but can run circles around Jade Cargill from an athletic standpoint as far as wrestling is concerned. Now, Jade's very athletic. She played basketball. She's very athletic, Jade is, and she looks like $1,000,000. But Jade is just still super green in the ring. And she doesn't convince me whatsoever, ring wise. I'm just, yeah, she's just not good. Bianca Belair, on the other hand, very good. She's fantastic. She's a star, an absolute star. And they should keep it on her. They shouldn't just drop the title for dropping the title's sake, just because. I don't like that. Put some longevity, put some staying power in Bianca Belair because she is the future, the present and the future of WWE. And yeah, just don't have Bailey beat her. That would just no. I think Karrion Kross is going to beat Drew McIntyre, which I'm not happy about that. Yeah, not happy about that because they're just, man, they're just my dude Drew is just, man, sad. Ready? You know, I love me some cold water. This is cold. This is an ice cold. I like ice cold. This is an ice cold, but this is still cold. It still feels cold in my hand. So I'm actually pretty excited about drinking this. Here we go. You know how I am about water. Absolutely love it. That was so tasty. Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins. Ugh. So super confusing because Rollins attacked Lashley. So Rollins and Lashley is going to start a program. But if Rollins lose to Riddle, that wouldn't make sense going into a title program after losing against Riddle. But can Riddle afford a loss? No. Oh gosh. I don't care. It's my answer, but well, it would make the most sense for Riddle to win because Rollins won before. So if Rollins beat Riddle 2 straight pay-per-views, that's not going to help Riddle whatsoever. So I'm going to go Riddle. I think Liv beat Rousey already. I think we'll see Rousey and Baszler as a tag team, which we should. Like I said before, Rousey and Baszler should be the tag team champions until Mania, and they should lose it against baby faces. A babyface tag team. Now, if could that be Alexa Bliss and Asuka that dethrones Rousey and Bailey at Mania? I mean, perhaps, I guess. Or maybe you can do a triple threat, Damage Control, and Bliss and Asuka and Rousey and Baszler at Mania. I wouldn't be too opposed to that. Although, yeah, because Bliss and Asuka just isn't a strong enough babyface team to really have a solo singles match. I mean, a solo tag team match. Making it triple threat wouldn't be a terrible idea. But yeah, I think yeah, I guess I guess it makes sense for Rousey to win. She lost that Money in the Bank, and that was July, right? Yeah, that was my birthday, right? Liv Morgan's has the belt for 3 months. It definitely doesn't feel like it. Yeah, I definitely think a 3-month reign for Liv Morgan is sufficient. I just don't see Rousey not having it. I think somehow they're going to have Morgan. Somehow she's going to win. Maybe they'll call some type of screwy DQ or something. I'm not sure, but I think we should see Rousey Baszler. And I just don't see. I just don't see it strong. I just don't see it in Rousey to be able to stay in for the company. Committed to the company enough to put the belt on her again. But NXT has a new look. Oh, does it? Let me check the NXT's. NXT's. Let's look. I'm looking at their IG. Oh, so Imperium was on NXT. Okay. Yeah, I did hear Veer he went back to NXT. So yeah. Veer Mahan, ladies and gentlemen, is after all that hype. We're gonna put you on NXT. We're gonna put you on NXT. Ridge Holland was. What's up with all this intermingling? Let's see. I'm looking. So they got Halloween Havoc going on. Roxanne Perez against Cora Jade. Weapons Wild match. Okay, I'm looking at NXT right now. So it's still white, but it's not rainbowy anymore. And it's like a fire theme color or something. So the Brawling Brutes was. So they're in NXT. They were competing in NXT for the tag titles. Okay. What are you guys trying to do? Okay. Yeah. I'm looking at NXT highlights, man, on Twitter. And I do that every now and then. I look at NXT highlights on Twitter. I'm like, okay. Ricky says Triple H is a genius. He's made Raw so much more watchable. The White Rabbit stuff has been the most interesting stuff in years. And getting people like Daniel Cormier involved is huge for WWE. Okay. I don't think Triple H. I think Triple H is a very good pro wrestling mind. As far as so much more watchable, I don't agree. Weird AEW marks. We'll talk about this in a minute. Could it be the end of AEW? I don't know about the end. I mean, they've got money. They've got the money. The Khan family's got the money. Nice. I like this. I like these questions. Elvis. Special power, what would it be and why? So usually when people have asked me this question before, I have had this question asked to me a lot of times. The first thing I think of is a Professor X type of power, like to be the ability to read and influence and alter minds. Because I'm a psychology doctor, so that just makes sense, right? So that's the first thing that comes to mind. I actually likes like the ability to conjure fire in some way. Like pyro. The other thing I would be interested in doing would be having like Wolverine never being able to get pierced or shot and heal right up. That actually might be the coolest one. And then just give me superhuman strength and the ability to heal up just very quickly. And I'd be down for that. I do use a heating pad. Yes, I've tried everything. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean, just this is unfortunate. This is really unfortunate, Chris, for AEW because like Tony Khan needs to be intervening. That's ridiculous. What's next for AEW? More flips and super kicks. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Hashtag Ask Doc for all your questions. I'm gonna answer a few of these. I'm gonna answer a few real quick, and then I'm going to share the information about AEW. Lexi, what are your thoughts on the push behind Candice LeRae with reports of the Performance Center surrounding Brandy Rhodes? What are your feelings on her in-ring talent? The push behind Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano, Triple H wanted Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano was enjoying home. Johnny Gargano was unhappy the fact that he was just relegated to NXT with not much of a direction. He was there forever. He stayed home. He's like, okay, well, I got a baby now. I really don't have time to just, clog up NXT anymore. And Ciampa's on the main roster. What am I going to do here? Triple H he's in charge. He takes charge. Johnny Gargano comes back to the main roster. Oh, by the way, what about my wife? Okay, sure. We'll bring your wife on too. Oh, okay. Well, here you go. There's Candice LeRae. So there you go. And then she loses on the second week. Oh man, sorry, Johnny. She just couldn't cut the mustard. Dahmer thing was very good, but he is a very sick. He was a very sick and weird person. Yes, absolutely. But I mean, I can go a long time just really helping people understand the mind and the menace behind Jeffrey Dahmer. It's so much more than him being just a sick and weird and evil person. So much more to that. It's just so much more to that. You go into the nature versus nurture talk. You go into the why. You go into the impulses that he had stemming from various things, and they were exacerbated by his abandonment from his mother, and the fact that the innate type of carnal desires that people have, they can be boosted or increased from experience, and the experience that he went through basically definitely exacerbated his situation, the carnal desires that he had as even from a teenager. And two of the biggest signs that you should pay attention to when you have kids, as far as them wanting to kind of express themselves in a very gory or very eerie way, is killing animals and being a pyromaniac. Those are and bedwetting. Those are the three biggest things, three of the biggest things that shows that a kid is dealing with a lot and that should seek therapy like ASAP because they're starting to develop criminogenic tendencies, at least just kind of instinctively within their mind, start to develop criminogenic behavior, psychopathy, uh sociopathy, those things like that is what you should pay attention to um when your child starts to do those things preteen to teen, especially still as a teen. You're still bedwetting. That's typically a sign that you should check some things out mentally within your kid. So there's so many things. I mean, like I'm a psychology doctor and I have a criminal justice behavioral sciences master's degree and a psychology master's degree too. So stuff like this, I mean, we can push wrestling aside every week because this stuff lights me up. I mean, I know I have a doctoral level, I have a PhD in this stuff. So I can tell you thing after thing after thing. I can further dissect the mind of Jeffrey Dahmer and why behind the what and the things that he were dealing with and the paraphilia and the necrophilia and why the necrophilia became an actuality and why he did and why he killed the way he did. And there's just so much there that's I can unpack. Like you would really get and Dr. Chris will really come out at that point in time. All right, so let's get into the AEW stuff actually, and I'll get into the rest of the questions here. All right, so I was this is the information that I received this past weekend while I was on vacay. All right. AEW. So AEW is in serious financial trouble, is what the source told me. Again, I didn't say these things. I was told by a very reputable source. And also, I did find out that Forbes covered this situation after I received this information as far as um, very poor ticket sales coming up for October and November dates. So it's true. AEW's in serious financial trouble. They lost their international TV deal, and a new TV deal is in serious trouble. A new TNT deal is in serious trouble. Also, was told that all the talent is on a pay-per-appearance deal with some exceptions, such as Jericho, the Young Bucks, Hangman Page, and John Moxley. The ticket sales have been below 50% capacity for the last 4 shows, and I did see some ticket sales for a lot of upcoming shows too, and they're not good. They're actually pretty bad. There's some that's only like the event. I think Meltzer even covered that, and that's saying a lot because Meltzer is an AEW homer. He's an AEW apologist. But yeah, I'm like their tickets and their Dynamite and Rampage tickets. I mean, there's some that's only only got 3,000 on a 14,000 seater. They've only like 3 to 4,000 advanced tickets, and it's not projected to get any much more than that. So you might see some Dynamite episodes with camera shots, very intentional, and not a wide panoramic view because they're probably going to be blacking out a lot of stuff. So very sad thing. Very, very sad thing. At the end of the day, you have to understand, you have to think from a business standpoint, why are people not buying into AEW? It's been 3 years. They've actually got their anniversary show tomorrow, I believe. Well, today is in Eastern time right now. That's Wednesday Eastern time. So today later on tonight, they have their anniversary show. Not a lot of hype behind that. So, yep. Sad. Shane and Ronda feud for the title. I think they prefer. I think them being in a tag team would be best. Would be much better. Because Ronda doesn't. At that point, Ronda doesn't have to force herself to be a babyface, which is weird. Fans are so fickle and they're weird because people were booing her when she was a babyface, and then they were cheering her when she was healing it up. People like that make pro wrestling difficult because then you're like, okay, so should I turn babyface again? And then they're going to boo me. Weird. Do I think Charlotte returns on Saturday? I think she returns to face live. I think I've said that before. I can see that. But do we want Charlotte as champ again? Do we? Do we? Who had a new look? It'd be funny if Vince bought. I own AEW. Are you ready for Raw next week? DX. No, I said, are you ready? Well, DX isn't going to have Billy Gunn because Billy Gunn's in AEW. So you're going to have Triple H, who can't wrestle anymore. Shawn Michaels, who doesn't want to wrestle anymore. Sean Waltman, who I found out is rumored to be in the Royal Rumble. He was the ready. Okay, sure. Surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. Okay. And then you have who else? Road Dogg. Yeah, he'll be there. We'll see. God bless you, Dr. Chris. Michael says, God bless you too. I would rather watch AAA than WWE now, but I still occasionally watch AEW now. Okay. Triple A. Well, the Cleveland Indians is my favorite. Now the Guardians is my favorite. And Guardians actually solid team this year. Solid team. Looks like they're playoff bound. Thank you very much. Sammy Guevara and Andrade. What's going on? Tina, do I think fans are getting tired of quote crazy spot matches that just shock for 5 minutes? Yes. It's interesting that the matches that people talk about or stick out, like Sheamus Gunther or whatever Dax Harwood is doing. Yeah, you know what? Yes, to answer your question, because all matches in AEW are looking like that. So how is that distinguishing characters? How is that showing someone's highlighting someone if just about every match looked like that? How's that highlighting someone? It's not. If every match looks the same, super kicks, Canadian destroyers, backflips, moonsaults, outside planchas, and boom, there you go. I mean, it's just the same thing, and people get burnt out. That's the reason why, like, if there's a good character, like if Christian's cutting a promo because he's all about his character healing it up, they'll boo. If MJF is cutting a promo, they'll boo or they'll cheer. And MJF does a fantastic job with turning that right over, which is fantastic. That's what he should do. That's the type of businessman you want because he's staying true to his character. He wants to be a heel. MJF's a heel. You're not seeing him kissing babies on Twitter. He's a heel. And I appreciate the heck out of that, man. I do. But then just about all the other roster is just, if I'm a heel, I'll be a heel on AEW and then I'll be somebody different. Like, you're not really honing into your character. Every single person in professional wrestling should be method actors. Like, you should really get into the character, hone it in, and that should be your life. That's what you signed up for. That's what you get paid the big bucks for, to really hone in that character. We were just talking about Evan Peters during the Dahmer series. He's Dahmer here, and then he's like, "Hey, oh, by the way," I mean, like Survivor, for instance. Even people who were voted out, they can't tweet. Like, they can't tweet until after Survivor's over with or they were eliminated. And so, like, there's buy-in to these things. There's buy-in, and I respect that. I don't know. I don't even remember Jeepers Creepers. Uh, no, not all children uh, wet the bed when they're young. But that's not the point, though. The point is, when someone is reaching preteen or teenage years, and they're still frequently wetting the bed, not occasionally, but frequently wetting the bed. Yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. So I mean, it's unfortunate. I heard about that big hit. I mean, that's football for you. And when there's stories about concussions like that, it just makes me wonder, like, man, I mean, like, is it a matter of, like, these players not being um padded enough? Should there be extra padding? Um, how do we end this concussion problem? Because, again, going back to me being a psychology doctor, I think about CTE and just the harm, the absolute harm of CTE. Um, who was it? Junior Seau that recently committed suicide? Wasn't it Junior Seau? Or Junior Seau was the man back in the day, man. I used to want some Junior Seau shoes. I think it was Junior Seau was recently committed suicide. A few years back, right? Uh yep, yep. Committed suicide. Wow, it's been 10 years. Wow. 43 years old. 43 years old, shot himself in the head. Yeah, I remember he was in the Chargers. That was when he played for the San Diego Chargers, like, he was, like, super popular. Um, yeah. Um, let me see. May 2nd, 2012, he was found dead with a gunshot wound to the chest. So that's what it was. A gunshot wound to the chest at his home in Oceanside. Authorities ruled it as a suicide. He left no suicide note, but did leave a piece of paper in the kitchen of his home with lyrics he scribbled from his favorite country song, "Who I Ain't." Um, yeah, yeah, and Dave Dorson too. Yeah, he played with the Bears. He committed suicide too. Yeah, man, sad, super super sad stuff, man. Like, this CTE stuff is no joke. Concussion, that movie, fantastic movie. Um, athletes who committed suicide. Let's see. Um, sports people who committed suicide. I know there's going to be, yeah, Chris Benoit says on here. Um, Kavanaugh. Oh, wow. Aaron Hernandez committed suicide. Yep. Fortunately, Ashley Mazzaro. Lawrence Phillips. Wow, he committed suicide too. 2016. Inside. Oh wow. He and wow. So he played for the 95 Nebraska. I remember him then. Yeah, he committed. He was arrested several times during the course of his life. He was charged with the murder of his former cellmate, Damian Soward. So he died in 2016 from a suicide attempt. He was serving a 7-year term for felony assault with deadly weapon at the age of 40. Wow, man. These people need help. Help them, pray for them. And seek help, man. These concussions are no joke. No joke. Totally understand. Take down WWE. How look at them now. Shouldn't be either or. Andrade's social media antics. His wife is in WWE, and he's not being used very well. AEW. So putting two and two together, there you go. Free Ellie DeLo. Free Ellie DeLo. There you go. There you go. They had heat, right? Him and Guevara, they're beefing. Guevara's beefing with just everybody, and I'm wondering, like, that wouldn't make sense if it was like a work, because they're both heels, and I don't know. Guevara just seems like he's a pest. What is he returning? What's the title match? There's not a title match in Extreme Rules. Maybe no, it wouldn't be Seth and um, Riddle, because it's in a fight pit. That wouldn't make sense to do that. Let's see. I don't even remember. Let me see. I don't even remember the card again. Extreme Rules does not seem like a good card, man. Does return. I think he returns in. So Cross beats Drew, and then Bray comes. Or Finn beats Edge. How about this? How about Finn beats Edge, and Rey Mysterio comes out. They still get outnumbered. 3-1, 3 guys to 1, or four counting Rhea as a female. And they're looking for someone to come in for the save, and then all of a sudden, Bray Wyatt. There you go. Gabriel, what's up, man? Do I think we'll ever see a big popular superstar debut like AJ Styles in Royal Rumble again? Yeah, I think so. But who though? I mean, maybe Gallows and Anderson, but it wouldn't be a big debut like AJ, because AJ was never there before the Royal Rumble. So who's going to be never there? Maybe MJF in a couple of years or something like that. Debuts aren't big anymore because people's either been in WWE, or it doesn't mean anything. Election coming up. I was actually talking to my wife about that. I don't even know. I have to figure out what are the issues. So Veer Mahan. Oh, Veer Mahan and Lulik. Okay, gotcha. Okay. The Red Sox, they got eliminated from postseason. Oh. AEW might have a creative team for program purposes, but they aren't very creative. Very true. Very true. Amen to that. Amen to that. I think, let me see. I thought there we go. Or the Girls of Destiny and what? I think maybe you're wanting to say AEW part of the Blood. No, they're not. They're not part of the Bloodline family. They're not a part of the NOIE family. They're a Fafita, I believe. How cool. Although The Rock might be, I think it might be on The Rock's side. As far as Haku and The Rock. I mean, the Maya and the Fafitas. I think Fafita, I believe. What other sports do you like besides football? I like basketball, college basketball. Big Duke fan. Was it getting hit hard to the back or something else to Tua? Yeah, just a big hit. He had a big hit. Killed himself at his own football stadium. Let's see. Oh, wasn't that? I thought it was Junior Seau, wasn't it? Oh, the Javon. Yeah, Javon Belcher. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, he because Seau killed himself in his home, I believe, right? And then Javon Belcher, yeah, Chiefs. Two-man rushed through the glass doors of Chiefs headquarters and came face to face with linebacker Javon Belcher holding a handgun to his head. Belcher had already killed his girlfriend and sped the short distance to Arrowhead Stadium, right past the security checkpoint guarding the entrance. Upon finding his bosses, Belcher thanks general manager Scott Pioli and head coach Romeo Cornell for giving him a chance in the NFL. Then he turned away and pulled the trigger. Sheesh. Goodness. That was 10 years ago, too. Man, time's flying. Good gravy. Wowzers. All right, let's get to these real quick. Possibility someone came in the house and killing. Yeah. There's all types of conspiracies going on with Benoit right now. I mean, I've studied it a lot. I can see what people are throwing it out there, but they throw conspiracies for anything, though. I just don't know. I mean, that's the evidence. The evidence points to where it's pointing to right now the most. It could be different, but I mean, okay, show me. That's where I'm at. Thoughts on the rumors surrounding a NJPW New Japan wrestler at the Performance Center at a special tryout. It's Triple H. Triple H is all about bringing in, names. That's what he did with Kushida from New Japan. So definitely not surprising. When I talked to Greg Gagne about the legendary action figures, I think they should have made Dusty Rose, Mitch Elizabeth, Yokozuna, and Hank James. Interesting. Okay. I don't follow NASCAR. All right, about what's your thoughts about cassettes between two drivers, Alice Bowman? Yeah, I don't follow NASCAR. Belcher, that was a shocker. All this Chiefs fans. Yeah, very, very sad. All right, fam. Good stuff. Got through the questions. Follow me at Chris Prolific if you haven't already. Be sure to do that. All right. It's time to roll out. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, go. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. Thank you, Ricky, for the kind words about my back. Tom Brady and Giselle Bobe got divorced after 13 years of marriage. Not a surprise. Unfortunately, with celebrities, happens all the time. Malik Willis is the. I hope so. I really hope so. I hope so. Thank you, Kimar. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the show and share it to your friends and family. PNP, I'll see you later. I'll see you later.